Eala or Svitolina?
It's a lovely crunch sound when you hear the ball into the strings of someone who's really committing to their ground strokes.
Contention by 15.
Numbers behind the serve, really resilient yesterday. They had to be against as big a ball striker as Rybakina, and they stood up to that test. Such a sweet inside-out forehand.
40-15.
Confident start for Eala. And here's a stat that you'll enjoy, Mel. Only one match against a left-hander for Svitolina this year. That was Deanna Schneider at the Australian Open. But when you drill down on the numbers, she's only suffered one defeat against a lefty, going all the way back to losing to Marketa Vondrousova in one of her 2 Wimbledon semi-final appearances. That was in 2023. And that one defeat against a lefty in the intervening time, Beatrice Haddad-Meyer in Bad Homburg last year.
Interesting. On the grass courts.
Outlaw, Elina Svitolina. Love it.
Andrew Pettles, coach, and Svitolina, the second stint together.
Contention by
Perfect length.
15.
Stages already, Eala is pressurising with the pace of play. In terms of the right-handers to left-handers, it's who really enjoys their backhand side and the timing of that left-hander's forehand moving away from your backhand.
Punchy return. And a punchy return game, full stop. She's got the early break and is often running rapidly here. Just a little reminder who's got more experience out there from Svitolina.
That was a brilliant return because it was a good second serve. It was right in the back corner of the box. It didn't land short at all, but Svitolina able to just get some rotation on the outside of the ball to curl it away.
No mercy. Love it.
A lovely lefty serve.
15-13.
Plenty of movement on it after the bounce.
Yes, by the 30. Interesting. 40-13.
Just a little slip in that shaded part of the court.
Einstein.
Past 6,
Yes.
almost local time. Been a very hot, dry day. But we are right next to water here, so there's a little more water in the air. Can
You
make
often get it
the
at
court a little
grass court
juicier.
events. The later we go, and as well, when you go out into positions that players don't move on too often.
Two hands on the racket, one aim, and the point is hers.
Ella.
Perfect tactical execution within that point. Player that very much thinks a few steps ahead.
Oh, that's Sandro Pieras. And that's a fast start from Eala. All 3 games so far belong to her.
3 games, 2. Contention. 15. Contention. 15. Right.
The beauty that serve.
30-15.
The right-hander and the left-hander using the slice out wide to their advantage.
Right side. That's it.
Oh, this has been a bruising start for Svitolina.
Is really trying to fight hard just to get herself on the board.
Svitolina.
Needed that. Was reeling a little bit.
3 games.
Finds a way to get on the scoreboard and to start to build some scaffolding around this set as far as she's concerned.
It's a tough sport, tennis. Svitolina's had a fantastic year, and one in Auckland, one in Rome, but it all comes down to just this one given day. Doesn't matter what's happened in the past.
Forces the issue with that forehand so impressively, doesn't she?
Court surface as well that just really convinces you to fully commit. Just able to take up the slightly lower bounce, take it early and move in as well. Quick misses from Svitolina.
Well, yeah, hasn't missed much since the start of this match. Everything's mostly her own way at the moment.
Svitolina just hitting that last shot a little bit higher. You could see Eala was telling herself to move forwards to the ball.
It was a tentative serve, not much pace on it. But still got the job done. And she's doing a great job in the first 16 minutes. 4 of 5 games belong to her. Work to do on the scoreboard for Elina Svitolina.
Beginning.
She's got all the skills she could need for grass, hasn't she, Mel? Eala, that is. She's got a very lovely slice backhand, a slice full stop, as well as taking the ball early in a very good first serve.
but also the patience we see with them at that point. Is quite happy to be that kind of half a metre behind the baseline and rally with Svitolina, stays down nice with the legs. That low centre of gravity.
Ella third, 4-2, 4 games, 2-2.
I love the move forward because Eala was actually on that side of the court, so really had to get the pace and the crunch behind the contact. Made it a little easier that it had the height over the net. Don't want to let that ball drop.
Fontaine, La Petite.
Does have a bit more taping on that left elbow today. Had the shoulder taping, the kinesio tape, which is like a light tape against Rybakina, but not the offload on that elbow.
Prepared to put in a shift in that point.
No, 5. La faute.
Right back is well and truly on here. Well, she was flirting with danger with the length on that second serve. Got away with it, but didn't get away with the point. And Elina Svitolina is right back in this opening set. Growing in confidence with every point.
It's definitely easier to manage when your opponent comes out on fire in the first kind of 15-20 minutes and has that purple patch, because you can kind of just bide your time and work your own way into your own good feeling, rather than when they have that purple patch after the first 20 minutes and they kind of steamroll that first set. Svitolina building nicely here.
Grazie, Vincent. 30-50.
Total turnaround in momentum.
30-50.
10 out of 11 points won. And climbing.
40-15.
Forehand.
Yes.
So reliable cross court.
The 6 winners, 5 have come off the forehand wing.
Total Eala.
All of a sudden that missed short ball from Svitolina seems rather important.
Eala.
Oh, fell apart.
Eala
From a
played from
very
right.
strong position in that game, and you're absolutely
Five
right, it
games
was that
to nil.
missed ball, which seemed a really easy put away and proved not to be.
Yeah, she had the open court and it was to Eala taking the pace out of her final ball, just rolling it through the middle, but Svitolina, eyes lighting up, just added some acceleration, flattened out on the shot.
And somebody
She can do all sorts with that wide serve.
hit him.
It's difficult to read. It is John Bosch. I thought it was a little bit earlier on. That backhand is dangerous because it's so flat, but the forehand you just can't pick.
And the guys are 30, 15.
And it's tough for Svitolina with that ad court serve, mixing up the wide and down the tee and catapulting herself to set points.
Striking the ball through the court.
40.
Just wondered with the way that Eala plays if she was going to counter it with a lot of depth to her game, but it seems like she's going for more pace right now. Maybe just letting out some anger at the position she's in.
Let's pass.
She's hitting a couple of double faults today. She's really collapsing on the second serve. You can see the left shoulder dropping as her racket's up to the ball. Really needs to drive up and stay tall through the hit and the contact point.
She didn't mean that, but she'll so take it at the moment.
30, 15.
The saying is the ball will never adapt to you. You've got to adapt to the ball, and it was almost at her body, so just had to roll off of it. Found the court.
Well, they're both taking lumps out of each other's second serve, aren't they?
40, 15.
But Eala just doing a better job behind her first serve.
Yeah, that first set, they both only won 2 of 10 points behind the second serve.
Lights. Sense. Okay, so I see. And
Picked off. There's the second serve return again.
yes.
Playing a safe second serve to not hit the double fault, rolling it to the middle of the box. It's just a simple split shift away from the ball and then lean on it.
That's what she's looking for. And that angle down the far end, you've got a great illustration of how flat that Eala backhand is.
Eala's definitely in a better mood out on court, isn't she? She looks a little sore though. She keeps kind of picking up her knees like they're feeling it a bit on the grass courts. But Svitolina seeing some disappointed looks over to Andrew Bettles, her coach, and then the slap of the thigh there. Getting frustrated.
So good underneath the higher ball with the drive volley.
Svitolina. Einstein.
It continues so to be.
Svitolina is requesting a review on a call on the right baseline.
Cute is that?
Brilliant. The block to perfection. Drop short just on the other side of the net.
Such imagination. It's good resilience from Svitolina. You will always get that.
Yes.
She just got an extra bit of whip cross court on that last backhand and it kept moving away from the racket of Eala. Ends up hitting the frame.
Given the hurry up once again. Second serve.
Eala.
And then it's difficult to read where to position yourself out of your serve. You think of the block return earlier and then someone stepping in and taking it early.
She's only won 1 point now out of 6 behind her second serve in this set. It's in the ER room right now. You could see the pattern she was looking to employ there.
Yes.
But she's planting seeds of doubt in the mind of Svitolina, that is for sure. time. She's able to make it count.
Total Svitolina.
Backhand cross court did the damage, had the depth as well as a little bit more oomph behind it. Sets her up for the finish.
Length on that return was impeccable.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes you just get in the zone, and she's done a lot of winning on the grass courts already.
Total.
Well, the key of going central is it closes down the options of the angle. So if you're going to take one on, it's a high degree difficulty shot, as Svitolina found there, and right back in trouble again. Yeah, she collapsed on that serve and collapsed under the weight of pressure. And now we're seeing the struggles after a titanic tussle in that opening game of this second set. The struggles that Svitolina's having getting to grips with a tricky opponent she's never faced before.
Yeah, and it's similar to the last match, isn't it? A first meeting, like you say, and then it's having that feel. You'll have analysed, you have watched previous matches, she would have seen some of that Rybakina match, and yes, she has a different game to Rybakina, but you look at what Eala's game does, how effective it is, what she's looking to do. She's looking to take it early, so then you adapt your game style of whether you're going to go more middle, more with depth. For Svitolina, she just hasn't quite got the feeling against the ball, the timing, the rhythm yet. And then when you have a day where your serve's not quite working, especially double faults, giving 3 points away, that's all about you, the serve. It's the only shot you can fully control, and that can really get inside your mind yourself that you maybe just not got it today.
When you start to get that feeling that you haven't got it today, how do you find it?
Well, a lot on the serve is going back to the process of what you look to do when you're out on the practice court, going through the motion time and time again. She'll know that her tendency is to drop down into the serves. You go back to driving up. Some days the feeling just doesn't come. You're just all out of sorts, especially for the women, time of the month, whatever it is, that comes into play and can be a factor. But then other times it's using that time, it's using the footwork, using the cues to just sharpen up your eyes. I used to do a lot of kind of fast feet or movement between to try and just generate some more motivation yourself.
Well, she's been able to make an impact on her own second serve return. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Both really struggling in that department. Down 18% one behind the serve of Eala, 25% one for Svitolina.
Wonderful tennis all round from both players. As Eala once again being brave, taking her chance and hitting a mark.
That rally was like irresistible force meets immovable object. All came back at Svitolina with interest.
Contention. 15 love.
So good from Svitolina.
And guys, you know,
Tends to be applauded. Wonderful to watch, using every element, power, finesse.
Yeah, that was right in the strike zone. And Svitolina said, thank you very much.
Contention. 40 beating.
Under the pump here, trailing by a set and a break.
2 games, 2-1.
Yeah, she's putting herself under a bit of extra pressure at the moment because the first serve is a little too absent.
She's only landed 4 of 11 in this second set.
It feels like Svitolina has upped the aggression factor off the ground. And it's making its presence felt.
As well as see it, can't you? You can see the difference as well with the court position of Eala. Now she's kept behind that baseline. She's trying to withstand it herself. There's longer exchanges. The mistake coming off Eala's racket at the end. That would be a promising sign for Svitolina. She wants to see more of that.
It's in the post. That first serve percentage just creeping into the low 40s. You're always going to be under a spot of pressure, and she really has been.
Regroup.
Love it.
Oh, yes. Well, the apology for the net cord, but she guessed that Eala would go cross-court with the forehand, and she was waiting for it. Well, she's seen enough of Svitolina being more aggressive. Now she's going to go there.
18-13.
After beating Rybakina, she really highlighted the word brave for herself, but a lovely phrase, give yourself grace whilst being brave. So accepting those few mistakes, doing the right thing. She's up the ante herself here.
Will certainly do the job.
So effective. Watch her movement. She's always in a crouched position, so low, good center of gravity, and then that last minute change to scoop the hand under the ball.
She's back in charge of this set. Did a great job there of rebounding with a break of her own to take charge again of set 2.
Contention 15. Ladies and gentlemen, in corporate boxes, your voices are carried down to the court. Thank you.
But it has been a long day for them, hasn't it?
I think they might have
made the most.
A little too enthusiastically in a certain department.
The
Eala lefty serve is so effective that when she does change it, she has a really good wrist turn where she's able to keep it straight down that tee, and more often than not wins the point outright with that change.
Punched a hole off the ground, didn't she? And it allowed her to come forward with confidence.
15.
Well, misses like that really come from the fact that Eala's just been so solid and is like a brick wall the other end of the court, and you feel like it's so hard to find a way through. It's an easy finish time and time again for Svitolina that is pressurized into that miss.
the line.
Grazie, 30, 40. Chance.
Massive serve.
Yes.
Has been her go-to response. Just hit it that little bit harder.
The problem she's got is that ball's coming back at her hard and flat.
Portal Eala.
And that's why you see the error into the net at the end of that rally. In total control now. And has Elina Svitolina got anything left here? Alexandra Eala will serve for the semi-finals.
This is not a tennis court.
Oh, that's special.
There's no reaction, which shows her mood and shows that she knows just how well her opponent's been playing out here, but this is some of her best.
No racing. Love it.
It's never easy closing out a match. Looking to back up, beating Rybakina in the previous round. It would be the second time that she's beaten two top 10 players in one tournament.
Nastily no.
20, 15, 40. Svitolina.
Not going anywhere yet.
Eala third. Thundra. 5 games, 2-3.
Starts to tighten up.
She's just been all over the Svitolina serve today. The speed at which she takes the ball so early, so decisively.
Turns and Biden. 15.
Inch perfect.
Sometimes you get these fight backs right at the end of the match in terms of the scoreline right now. We could have a lot longer to go, but where you have no choice, you've got to land your mark. And Svitolina, she's the one that's been able to hit 7 more winners out there so far.
This is what Olga Savchuk describes as don't care tennis. It's not that you don't care anymore, it's just you're freed up. You look at the scoreboard, 5-2, and you just think, I'm just going to go for this now because I have very little left to lose.
Exactly right.
All of a sudden, 2 games have gone by. They're on the Svitolina side of...
No.
The trouble is, Mel, sometimes you can just relax a little bit with a lead that's really healthy, double break up. And then when you need to change gears quickly, you can't.
Yeah, you can relax mentally, but then emotionally it still comes in. The butterflies come in, or just that little bit of tension. She said that she was physically shaking on the match point against Rybakina, and as much as we know that she's got all this kind of excitement to her game, and she can do it, she's still in that exciting period where it's not day-to-day yet. It's a really big deal for her, and you can see she rolled in that second serve and her arms have just gone all heavy on her.
She does like to vary the pace on that first serve just to keep her opponent honest, but I feel like she's got to put the racket through the ball now, because this second set advantage is slipping away quickly. That is exactly the kind of point that got her here. Yep, she'd love it back.
30.
Eyes lit up at a second serve. Couldn't do what she wanted with it. She got ever so edgy underneath that high ball, miscued it, and then Svitolina did the same. Fingernails about to be chewed, I think, at match point. Oh, that's how you do it. Another huge win. I'm Elina Svitolina on the... just gets better and better. She's in disbelief right now. And just settles in and she can absorb the moment here. Another